good afternoon and welcome to another Digital Boost Masterclass. I can see you all joining in the participant room, which is so exciting. We have got such a busy session today, and I know so many of you are really excited as we are going to be talking all things TikTok. As you can see from our slides here today, I personally am completely converted to TikTok, so I have been so excited about this session. And I know so many of you are also on TikTok and keen to learn. So we are going to be talking all things small businesses and charities on TikTok today. Before we dive in, let me tell you a little bit about me and Digital Boost, who is looking after you today, and so that you know that you are in safe hands as we get going and talk all things marketing. Sorry if you can hear my dogs in the background, by the way. They've decided that they'd like to come and say hello during this presentation. So my name is Alice. If we haven't met yet, I am the community manager for Digital Boost, so I run all of our events. I chat to you all in the emails and just generally make sure that everyone has everything they need to succeed. I work for Digital Boost, so we are a company that offers free support to businesses and charities, small businesses and charities, I should say. So we do this through mentoring, masterclasses like the one you are on today, and through accelerator programs. We've just launched our 4th round of the Jumpstart program with BT. Everybody is loving it so far, and we will be doing more programs later this year. So I will pop a link in the chat so you can check them out if you want to. As always with Digital Boost, everything is free and there's never any pressure. You will never be sold to. So I will pop the link if you want to check stuff out. But if you don't want to, please just enjoy the session. And what I should say as well, just to put your mind at ease, everything we do is free, and we're able to do this thanks to amazing volunteers like Emma. So Emma is a volunteer mentor with us. All our mentors are volunteers. And we are also sponsored by corporate partners like MasterCard, NatWest and BT. So there is never, ever a cost to you guys. So hopefully that puts your mind at ease and you know who is looking after you today. In terms of today's session, hello, Helen in the chat. Thank you so much for coming and saying hi. Please do, as Helen has done, guys, and come say hi in the chat. We would love to get to know you. And we also really encourage networking and support in the chat. We want this to be interactive, so please do ask any questions you have. Now, please do use the Q&A box. We are a big group today. This is a busy session, so any questions, pop them in the Q&A box for us. If you are on laptop or your phone, should be a little bar at the bottom, and if you just click the Q&A, that will pop out a box and you can type your question. Emma is going to be doing a presentation in just a second, and then we will be answering your questions towards the end of the session. But hello to everybody joining in the chat. Thank you so much for coming and saying hi. And other than that, we are recording. I know these sessions are often intense and we are taking a lot of information. So just know that we are recording, and a copy of the replay will be emailed out to you later today. I'll also include some extra resources just to help you guys keep working on your social media, things like that, tell you how you can connect with one-to-one mentors on our platform. But thank you, Christine. Can confirm there's no hidden cost. Thank you, Christine. Yeah, it's lovely seeing some of our regulars here as well. And yeah, please do keep connecting in the chat, guys. But Emma, I will pop myself on mute and I will hand over to you.
Thank you so much, Alice. And just welcome, everyone. I am grateful for all of you tuning in from wherever you may be today. I am not going to take up too much of your time, but I hope to take up loads and loads of your brain space. And while I adore Digital Boost, they've only given me 20 minutes to talk about this, and I am going to shoehorn as much as I can. So it's going to feel like a tornado of information, but you're going to get your opportunity at the end to ask me loads of questions. So hold on to your hats. Let's get going. This TikTok masterclass is designed especially for all of you, for eager learners looking to upgrade their online presence. Expect an engaging session of tips that will allow you to discover the power of short form video content. I'm going to help you with some best practices and some real life examples to fuel your inspiration. But firstly, hi, my name is Emma. I am a Digital Boost mentor and have been for some time. I love doing it. And as I said at the beginning, if this session is far too quick for you and you have loads more questions, wait till the very end. You will be able to book a specific session with me, and I can talk to you about TikTok or any other social media platform for over an hour. So let's strap ourselves in and let's talk about TikTok, take over the business boost. TikTok is a social media platform, it is a search engine, it is a shopping opportunity. And the answer to all of that is yes, that is what TikTok is. It can be all of these things or one of these things for anybody that uses TikTok. It was launched in 2016 and is a platform that has seen incredible growth in those years. And I couldn't do a webinar without sharing some stats with you. Now, I'm not going to kill you with numbers. I have cherry-picked these to be very specific to all of you business owners and individual creators and social media managers. This might help change your mind. This might help reassure you. I'm just going to throw some numbers at you. So TikTok reached 1.92 billion users. That was just in 2023. It is the #1 downloaded app in 40 countries. It is available in over 35 languages and in over 150 different markets. Sorry, I've jumped ahead with the second one there. 90%, and this is a legitimate stat, of users using TikTok say that they use and go on the platform and it makes them feel happy. We're going to come on to that in another slide. 29% of users are opening TikTok every single day. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm in there, and my stats for how often I'm looking at it every day is frightening, so I haven't included those. Some very business specific stats that I wanted to share with you all that are going to be very relevant is tutorials. This is the most popular type of content that is being shared and consumed on TikTok right now. Now, it used to be lots of other things, but right now it is tutorials, so bear that in mind. TikTok is the fastest growing channel for product discovery. So again, this is very business specific for all of you. And the last one on this slide is TikTok is the top non-gaming app for consumer spending. Yes, that's right. It's where people are spending their money. It was the first non-gaming mobile app to hit 10 billion sales. That's dollars, but $10 billion of sales. Now, a few more that I've got for you that are very specific to us in the UK and us as business owners. TikTok has projected that they think they're going to reach 50 million UK users by 2025. The UK alone, UK TikTok users generated a third highest income from within the app. And let's just talk about the audience. Yes, you're absolutely right when you all think it's just for kids, but while the most popular is those between like 10 and 19, that is now seeing a dip and a decline in numbers. And the 30 to 39 and 40 to 49 are now hugely on the rise. So these are numbers that you want to think about. I've told you what TikTok is, and now I'm going to tell you what TikTok is not. It is not the only place to post dancing, lip syncing, and memes. While these post types are extremely popular and many have found a lot of success from doing this, it doesn't mean that that's what you have to do. More and more businesses are creating content on TikTok. Now, Adobe did a research study and they found that 54%, that's massive, of business owners have used TikTok to promote their brand with an average of 9 posts a month. Just bed down in those numbers. I've told you what it is and what it isn't. I've shared some numbers. We're going to move on to the really good stuff now. We're going to get stuck in. You've heard the top stats, what it is, what it's not. If you're already on TikTok, you may be thinking, Emma, this is base rate basic. I totally hear you, but that is how I've designed this webinar. For those that haven't yet dipped in, they're not yet thought about it, they want to upscale their online presence. But if you're already using TikTok, this could still be a good opportunity for you to review what you have already been doing and where I might throw in some tips where you could make some changes. So the do's. vertical screen. Now, when I created this webinar for you, this was all very relevant, very new, and TikTok wanted everything to be filmed this way. They don't want the black bars, and that is still quite relevant if you want to fill the screen with lots of information. However, just in the last few days, TikTok have launched a brand new feature. They are directly wanting to compete with YouTube, and they now want you to share landscape this way round videos that are a minute and over. Now, this is a brand new feature, and had we have done this webinar a week ago, I wouldn't even be mentioning it. But I have to mention it now because I want to give you all the most relevant information. It's still worth you showing, recording all of your content this way round, unless you're going for a longer, more educational piece of content that's like a tutorial or a behind the scenes, and you want to film it in landscape. And if it's over a minute and you post it within 72 minutes, hours even, within 72 hours of you posting it, TikTok is then going to boost that, is going to share it. And they're saying they were going to give you more reach. They're trying to encourage creators to share more horizontal content. So that is the gold. That is the latest information from TikTok. The next one is be creative, entertaining, and fun. And while you may be sitting at home going, Emma, I sell driveways and insurance and things that could be dull, absolutely not. There are lots and lots of amazing creators on TikTok who are selling all of these things, raising their brand awareness and doing it in a really fun, engaging, and educational way that are driving people to their websites and to make sales. So don't think that whatever industry or sector that you're in, that you can't be creative, entertaining, and fun. Use all of the in-app features. TikTok will reward you more if you do everything in TikTok. Yes, you can take all of your footage on your phone and you can edit it in another app like AppShot or iMovie, and then you can bring it into TikTok and use it there. Yes, you can absolutely do that. But TikTok know if you open the app, open the camera, and you're taking from your gallery and you're adding text, templates and animations and transitions within the app, they know that that is unique content. Your content then will be pushed out to even more people. So have a think about that. There are loads of different ways that you can share content on TikTok. We're going to come on to that in a minute. So don't just think it has to be a video. There are lots and lots of different ways. And get inspiration for others. I have another whole slide on this, and this is a whole different, I could talk for hours on this, but use, as I said before, it's a search engine. TikTok is a phenomenal place to go and get inspired. If you think, yes, Emma was right, I'm going to try TikTok, and then you think, but what am I going to post and what is it going to look like? And I just don't know where to start. Take some of my tips today and then go and look within TikTok. Find things that you like, that you want to engage with. Go and stalk your competitors. Go and find the people that you want to talk to and see what they're looking at. And you can get inspiration from within the app so that then you can create even more. So these are all the do's. And you know what follows a do is a don't. So I have to tell you the things maybe you shouldn't be doing. So no watermarks. What this means is that if one of the biggest tips that I give people all the time, and I will not shut up about it, is repurposing. If you're making a lot of online content for your Instagram channels, for YouTube shorts, for anywhere else, I'm not telling you now need to go out and make a whole load of new content for TikTok. Absolutely not. Repurpose what you've already made. But if you're downloading your Reels or your YouTube shorts and they carry a watermark, so the little Instagram logo or the YouTube shorts logo, and it moves around the screen, TikTok don't like that. As I said before, they want you to create your content within the app. So you can absolutely download your content from other platforms. Just make sure it doesn't come across with a watermark. Get to the point really quickly in whatever your content is. Users have a really short attention span, and quite frankly, we're fickle people. We do not want to hang around for more than 3 seconds. If you haven't grabbed me in 3, I am scrolling. I am moving on. So get to the point very quickly in your video. And if you do that and you hook those people in, they will stay and they will watch for longer and longer and longer, whether that is a 15-second short fun video, a get ready with me, or a longer tutorial. You hook them in and keep them there. The third point, I hope, is obvious. Don't use blurry or low resolution or hard to see or hard to hear shots or videos. Users don't like that. You will get scrolled right on by. Don't get overwhelmed. I am going to have probably already baffled you for 10 minutes and I'm going to hit you with so much information, but don't get overwhelmed. What I say is have a think, be really clear about what you want, and just post it. Nothing is going to happen. If nobody looks at it, if you get no views and you get no engagement, that's okay. You move on and you try the next one. Nothing is going to happen if you post it. Only something will happen by not posting it. If you're sitting at home thinking, I really want to upscale and skyrocket my business and I want to try TikTok, you're not going to gain anything by not doing it. So don't get overwhelmed, just do it. The last one is don't forget trending sounds. These are really key. And another one that has just launched, I couldn't not put this in. You may have heard that Universal Music Group has pulled out of allowing any of their music to be on the platform. Now, please don't go running for the hills. This is not great. However, it's still manageable. You're now not going to be able to make a TikTok with sounds from Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, Drake, Harry Styles, God forbid. But there is still a lot of really great accessible music, whether you have a business account or a personal account. Use it within the app. You are more likely to, again, gain more reach for TikTok to promote your video more. If you draw in video from somewhere else, and you're using audio from somewhere else outside of the TikTok music library, if they don't have a license for that, your video will get muted. So just bear that in mind. So you've heard the do's and the don'ts, and I've hit you with some big ones. It's now time you have to have a plan. Having a plan will help you get started. You can absolutely start right now. You can post today without a plan, but it's unlikely that you're going to achieve what you want from being on TikTok. Think about what you want to achieve by being on the app. What do you want the outcome to be by being there? Is it brand awareness? Is it product sales? Is it you just want to entertain people? You want to elevate a single person or yourself as a creator? It doesn't matter what that is. That is unique to you. And it's about what you want to achieve. So work out what it is that you want. You want people to discover your website. You want them to sign up to an email list. You want them to join your event. You want to buy your thing. That's cool. Then work backwards. Have a plan of what you're going to create once people have watched that, and that is what you're going to achieve. Think about also who you want to attract. If you've never used TikTok before, you're in a unique position where your audience at the moment is empty. So you can talk to the right people. Who do you want to talk to? Are you wanting to talk to millennials? Are you wanting to talk to mums between a certain age? Are you wanting to talk to all adults, parents? Whoever it is that you want to talk to or who you want to attract, that is what your content needs to be based on. Okay, and then that will help you get your end goal. It doesn't have to be a Steven Spielberg production. You will see so many TikToks that were clearly filmed in a car with no lighting and no microphones, and it's done and it's got millions of views. Those kind of things will always happen. And then you will see stuff that is really tailor-made with tripods and light rings and all sorts, and they also get a lot of views. But you don't have to have any of that. You can just have your phone propped up on a dashboard in your car and you just rant. Or you can take your phone around your workshop or have it hanging over a book while you're making pancakes. It doesn't have to be high end, but it can if you want to. So again, you don't need anything, just post it. The most key thing I will say to you is make sure, again, your images are not blurry or low lit. So make sure you've got very good lighting, and make sure if you're talking or there's sound that people can hear it. They will engage with it more if they can see it and they can hear it. I'm going to say it one more time. Don't overthink it. Just post it. So we could talk about lip syncing and dancing, and I have tried it all. I've done it all. I'm a big fan of testing lots of stuff. And while TikTok is absolutely not a golden ticket that will do everything that you want online, using TikTok can be an amazing benefit for businesses, not just in the UK, everywhere. There is a huge potential for businesses using TikTok and putting content on there. So audience engagement is one of them. Not every post is going to get you viral engagement. And not everything that you do is going to get you thousands of views and comments. And that's what I mean by viral engagement. TikTok says, this comes directly from them, they boast a massive, diverse user base, including a significant presence in the UK. The platform's algorithm promotes content virality, providing businesses with an opportunity to reach a wide audience quickly. With creative and relatable content, businesses can establish a strong online presence and foster brand awareness. I could not have said that better. I can put it in ChatGPT and try and get it better. Can't. It's good. So as I said, not every post is going to get you fantastic engagement. It's all about, you may have heard this before, a CTA, a call to action. You've got to ask people for something. If you put on a really fun, hilarious, engaging post, a lip sync, but you're not asking anybody anything, you're likely to get a lot of views, you're likely to get a lot of likes maybe, but you're very unlikely to get comments or anything because you haven't asked for any feedback other than, you know, some emojis or I love this is so funny. You're not going to get a lot of really deep engagement. This TikTok that I put out a week ago was my absolute rage that the Americans are putting salt in their tea and microwaving their tea. It has nothing to do with my business. I wasn't selling anything. I just couldn't help myself. I absolutely had to make this TikTok. And I got, as you can see from the screenshot, I got quite a lot of comments just from people sharing their outrage, mostly UK people. We're big lovers of tea, and how very dare they? So it's about asking people for something. Do you want to ask them their opinion? Are you drinking tea or coffee? And are you Woolly Boots or a Rain Mac? Or it's about having that call to action. What is it that you want to achieve? What does your content look like? Asking them a question. If comments is the metric that you want, what you want to track to get your end goal, you have to ask people for something. Now, what is obvious to you and me about your business is not always obvious to everybody else. Be super, super clear. Take it right back to basics. And you'll think, oh, well, everyone knows about driveways. No, they don't. Not everyone knows about your thing. So explain it all. Be really clear what you want from them. You want a comment, you want an engagement, you want a DM. Be really clear and then let them know. So this little video, I just want you to watch this very quickly. Hopefully you've all got your sound on. Oh, I'm not sure you can all hear that. Can you hear it, Alice? No. Okay, but maybe some of you might have already seen this one if you're already on TikTok. Basically, it's a tiny little boy and his mum shared the TikTok and he's just babbling because he hasn't made his words yet. That TikTok video, which is seconds, she has a little laugh of him and he's just going blah, 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 blah into the camera. That has been reshared multiple millions of times. He's been put into a meme with a Missy Elliott song. He has been stitched and duetted. It's about having fun no matter what your business sector is. So my top 3 tips for you are the 3 E's. No, it's not about Emma. It could be. It's about engagement. So it's entertainment, it's education, and it's emotion. People, as you heard before, use TikTok because they use it and it makes them feel happy. Here's another stat for you. Over 50% of users come to TikTok because they're looking for funny content. Now, if you make someone laugh, and it doesn't matter what you're selling, even you're not selling anything, you make them laugh, you make them feel something, you help them learn something, they are going to then want to watch your next video and your next video, and you get a follow, and then you might get a comment, and then they go and look at your website, and then someone buys a driveway. Okay, it's not that seamless, but that is how it can work. So the 3 E's of engagement are the top 3 things that you want to think about when you're making that content to get to your end goal. Now, you can use 1, 2, or all 3 in a clip. It will only ever help you if you go back to that. If you're sitting at home thinking, again, my super yacht insurance is not funny, but you can find inspiration from within TikTok and you can make it entertaining, educational, and emotional. I'm moving on. I'm very conscious of the time. So trends. This is a big one. So TikTok is really well known for its trends and its challenges, and it's how the app made amazing momentum at the beginning when it literally was a dance challenge and then everyone was doing it. Lip syncing challenges, they're still a thing. They're just not the whole thing. You can capitalize on these trends by participating in them. You can create your own challenges with a little spin on it. You can stitch them, duet them. It's about taking a piece of content that has already done extremely well and putting your own take on it. So not immediately copying it, throwing it in and putting your own spin on it and making your own content from that. That is what TikTok love. And that is what is really, really great about trends. And TikTok are so unique in the way they have so many and how well they do on the app. A trend-centric approach to your content creation for TikTok can significantly boost, increase engagement, and even lead to your content going viral. Now, I hate the word. I don't use it. I don't have hacks. I don't like the word viral, but whatever that means for you, viral to me would be hundreds of comments and 2 DMs that led to me speaking at 2 more events. That to me is viral because that is me getting something off of the back of it. Viral to you could be 1,000 views of an event that you hosted or 100,000 people signing up to your email list. It's super unique to you. So I tend to not use the word viral because it doesn't mean the same to everybody. Let's move on. So as I said, TikTok is an excellent place to do research. Now, before I talk about research, very quickly on the screen, you can see Sophie Ellis Bextor, who came out in 2000 and good knows when with the song Murder on the Dance Floor. It has had a huge resurgence recently when someone posted a TikTok using that song, and now millions of people have used it. And that is about a trend going viral or doing extremely well. One people uses a piece of music and then someone else does, and then someone else does. And it's about going, right, this week, everyone's using Murder on the Dance Floor. How can you use that in your own content to then join the train of engagement? Okay. Another one, and this really fun one, was called the Bird's Eye View. This came out in November as a trend, and it was about people were getting their phones and sellotaping them to the ceiling and then all doing something fun underneath. This was a elderly person's home. They all got together. They did the same thing. It was about grabbing friends and co-workers and doing something fun and silly over some music underneath your phone. Again, that came out in November. Lots and lots of people were using it. So use trends, absolutely, but put your own twist on it so that you can use a high-performing trend and put your content on it to help boost your own engagement. Now, I talked about research. TikTok is, for me, phenomenal. So it's where I go and look at other creators like me. What kind of content are they making? What's doing really well for them? And how can I do something similar, but in my own way to elevate my own content? So do some research. Research a product that you have or a service that you offer and go and find that in TikTok and see what is already being made. And then it's where you will get inspiration. Trust me. It's not all about scrolling. I get accused of it all the time. Emma, you're on TikTok again. I'm doing research. That's what you have to say. You're doing research. The final slide. And I know I've talked for more than 20 minutes, Alison, so sorry. Aside from getting inspiration and doing your research and knowing what it is that you want and having a plan, the most important thing that you can do for yourself is test. I know a lot of you are going to have questions. Emma, how long should my video be? When should I post it? What time should I post it? Should it be 15 seconds? Should it be 30 seconds? Should I do it with my face in the camera? You're going to hate me all, but I have 2 words for you. It depends. And I'm sorry, but it really does. It really depends because all of you have your own businesses or sectors that you work in or services. and what it is that you want to achieve is super unique to you as individuals. Even if there was another social media trainer like me sat right next to me, what we want to achieve will be totally different. So I can't tell you that you should post a 15-second video on a Sunday at 9 p.m. because I don't know if that would work for you. It works for me because that is what a lot of my audience like. They know that I post at that time, let's say. So it's about testing. So when you have a blank canvas, if you haven't already started on TikTok, or you want to post lots of different content, because in the beginning you don't yet know what works. So this is perfect. Blank page. Post a short, really funny, trendy music, 15-second video. Then do a longer tutorial where you're talking on a camera, or your voice is in while you're making blueberry pancakes, or you're walking around an event, or you're at a hockey match filming what's going on. It's all about testing loads of different things. And within TikTok, the analytics are very good, and they're changing all the time where they're adding even more elements. So you can see who is watching your video, how long they've watched it, if they go away and come back and watch it, whether they've shared it in a friend in a DM. The analytics are amazing, and that's a whole other masterclass that we will come on to later in the year. But as I said before, there are so many different ways that you can share content on TikTok. It's not just long portrait videos or single images. You can now do multiple photos, and TikTok can create and put it into a video for you. There's auto cut, where you can go into the creator and you select lots of images or videos and you press auto cut, and TikTok does something amazing for you. It will put it into a template with audio. You can post that way. You've got options where you can match a video with a piece of audio that, again, TikTok will automatically do for you. You can do single images. Now, a few weeks ago, or it could have been before Christmas, they started trialing just text on the screen. Now, I have seen hardly anybody doing that. It's a bit Instagram stories for me. TikTok, I don't feel is the right place for that, but it is an option. You can templates, photo mode, carousel images, where you can add up to 30 images. This is really great if you're doing a renovation, a before and after, an event, quite literally anything. So there are so many different ways to create content and test loads of different ways how TikTok could really work for you. I appreciate I've just spoken at the speed of light. As I said before, I have tried to get as much information into this session for you as I possibly could. There are loads of bits that I haven't talked about. So if you would like to talk to me about TikTok or your business or Instagram or helping you create a plan, you can scan the QR code wherever I may be. And this will take you directly to my Digital Boost profile, where you can get a session with me, and it's an hour, just you and me on a screen. I promise you I slow down. I'll have way more notes and you can get a very bespoke session with me talking about TikTok. I'm done.
Well done, Emma, and thank you so much. And it's very mean of us to try and make you cram that into 20 minutes. So you absolutely smashed that. I've also just popped in the chat a link. Obviously, Emma is just one person and she can't speak to everybody. So give Emma lots of time, request sessions over a couple of weeks. Be mindful of her diary if you can. But I have also just popped another link in the chat, which is a more general link, because as I say, Emma is just one person. We have hundreds of mentors who are here to help you with social media. So if Emma is not available, somebody else will definitely be. Moving to the chat. Now I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. So Daniel asked a question about the best time to post, how often you should be posting. Hopefully we've answered that, Daniel. In terms of, Daniel said, how do you post to get the maximum views? Did you want to add anything, Emma, or have we covered that off?
How do you post to get maximum views? Yeah, at the very beginning, again, it does depend. Let's say you are, I don't know where you're from or why you would want to be on TikTok, but let's say your audience is UK based. Now, you won't really want to be posting between 11 p.m. and 6 in the morning, because it's very unlikely anyone's going to see it. And the time where you get your maximum amount of views are within the first hour of you posting your TikTok. And then it will see a little bit of a decline, and then it may peak again and peak again. So think about who your audience is, who do you want to attract, and where they live, and maybe what their timings would be, and then think about that as a time frame. So as an example, if I wanted to post lots of content and I want to attract, let's say, mums, parents, between school drop-offs, you might want to post in there, and then in the evenings after bedtime, that might be a good time, because then they're relaxing, they're having their own dinner, they're sitting on their phone. So think about who your audience is. That will help you understand how you would get maximum views.
Yeah, fantastic. Adam asked a question right at the start, and I think it's nice to jump back to this. We did cover it a little bit, but Adam has said, it's being said a lot that TikTok is a search engine. Do you think this changes the way businesses think about TikTok?
Adam, amazing question. And the answer is yes. And also it should, because again, it's not just a place for the lip syncing and the dancing. While that is still absolutely hilarious, it is a place where businesses can absolutely flourish. And it is really important that they then think more on an SEO search engine basis. So it's about what your different bits of content would be, and it's about making sure the essential keywords are in the caption, they're possibly on the screen, they're in the voice maybe that's attached to the video, it's even in the video. So it is really important that people think more about keywords and the search engine opportunities, rather than just posting a bit of content that could go viral.
Amazing. Irina's got an amazing question here, and I think it's nice for everybody starting out. They've asked, how often should I be creating new videos? And I think when you first start, it's so overwhelming. So do you kind of have a rough guide when you're starting out, how often to be creating these videos?
Yeah, it depends on how keen you are as a person, and whether you've decided already whether you would like to be on camera, or that just gives you the massive ick and that's not for you. It depends how much content potentially you already have in your phone or access to. If you're already posting on Instagram or Facebook, you might have loads and loads of photos. So you could start with carousels of photos, and you maybe want to put up 2 a week. If you're super happy to be on camera and physically talk into your phone and maybe post that, or shoot something and have your voice on, you could do 1 of those a week. It's about testing. So at the very beginning, you maybe want to do 1 or 2 a week. Test different types, so photos and videos and different types, and have a look at the analytics after a month. And then if they are doing well and you're getting engagement maybe, or reviews or comments or whatever, you might want to upscale that. Now, sometimes I'll go weeks without posting because I don't have any content, or I physically don't have time, or then I'm at an event and then there's going to be 1 every day. So to start with, 1 or 2 a week is a wicked place to start. It's enough to give you some idea of what's happening, what you're getting back from that, and review the data, and then you can increase it.
That's very reassuring, actually, because I'm rubbish at doing the videos. So that's really good to know. Somebody here in the chat has said, my question is, when I post my videos on TikTok for educational purposes, it gets a similar amount of views, and after an hour, I don't get any more views. What's the issue? Now, before we dive in, this is probably a great example of what would work in a one-to-one session, because we could do a bit more of a deeper dive. But do you have any kind of general pointers, Emma, to kick things off?
Yeah, Alice, that's a very, very good question. And Alice, that's a really good point. I don't think I could answer that really quickly. That's a much deeper, I have loads of questions. I would need to see it. I would need to have a look at it. I would really love to dive deeper in to give you a really bespoke answer to that. Now, when you're saying you're getting the same amount of views, that's then you've attracted an audience of your audience who are really interested in your educational content. It isn't for your whole audience, but you've got like a niche little pocket within the whole audience that love it, and they're watching it every single time. Now, as I said, because they like it and they're watching it, TikTok will make sure that they see it. So it'll appear in their FYP, and it'll appear in their friends feed, and it will appear to them and they will see it. And if nothing beyond just watching it is happening, TikTok will then slow down how many newer people get to see it. So if they're not commenting or sharing or saving or doing something with your video, if you're not getting any more engagement, your views will dip off. So unfortunately, that's not the whole answer, but that's kind of where I would go without knowing anymore.
No, that's a really great starting point, and I reckon a lot of people will have had similar experiences, so it's a good starting point for everybody. A couple of people in the chat asking if we're recording. Yes, don't worry, we are recording. I'm going to email you a replay. I'm going to email you some mentoring links if you want to talk to Emma and our other mentors and some other resources. So we have got you covered. Do not worry. Gina has asked a question, and I see this so much, so I love this question. Gina says, could you please clarify how you put a call to action in TikTok? Is it in the text? Is it in the link? Is it in the bio? What is a call to action, and where should it be going?
Oh my God, the sound of my own voice is so boring. It depends. I'm so sorry, Gina. What I mean by that is it depends what your call to action is. So if my call to action this week is that I just want people to comment on my videos, I want loads of people to get in the comments, I want feedback on some stuff, I might do a TikTok about me. I'm recording it now behind the scenes, and I might put, did anyone watch it? Does anyone want to know? Does anyone want any mentoring? And so the call to action I'm asking for is comments. So then I'm asking them specifically to get in the comments. If you want people to go and watch another video, you can put that in the caption. You can say, go and watch part 2, the next video. That's a call to action. If you want them to leave TikTok and go somewhere else, we start getting into the gray area. You cannot put links in your caption. You cannot put links in your comments. So there's that cringy bit where you could say, go and click the link in my bio. But we need to be a bit more clever now, because users of every platform know about link in bio and they hate it and they don't do it. So if you're trying to send someone outside of TikTok to somewhere else, it's about cleverly working out how to do that. So unfortunately, there's not a lot of link options, but there are some other ways. And that, unfortunately, click the QR code, because that's a whole different session that I could mentor you on.
I think we should definitely pick this up in another session. It sounds really interesting, because I'm so guilty of doing the click the link in bio, because I still don't quite get it. So I think we should definitely do another session on this. This is a cool one, because we're going to now talk about TikTok Shop. So somebody in the questions has said, would you recommend using TikTok Shop to sell, or would you recommend using your own personal website and I guess linking to it from the platform?
Oh, that's a really excellent question. Yes, I would recommend using it, only because there are just so many benefits. You are going to reach a phenomenal amount of people, hundreds of thousands of people that don't follow you. You're going to reach people that like your product, who then do user generated content, who then post about it, and then they can promote your shop, your product, and then they can help sell that for you. That there are a lot of benefits. Yes, like many things, there is an exchange. So I don't have a shop and I don't manage a shop. So there is an exchange where there's you have to deal with all the packaging and the posting, all that kind of stuff. But there are huge amounts of benefits to doing TikTok Shop. And what I would say, the benefits of not sending them away to a website is, as I said before, people are fickle and time poor and they're lazy. And if they see something in a TikTok that they just love and they just have to have it, they want to buy it right there, right now. So make it super easy for them. If they see you using a hair clip or a paintbrush in your TikTok and you've tagged it and it's there, and they can click on it and spend the money and buy it, and it arrives, some days later, you're making sales. So I wouldn't say don't have a website where you're selling and only use TikTok. I would use it as a combination to help you get even more sales.
That's amazing advice. I love that. Janice has said, how do you find what song is trending that week? Great question.
Janice, fantastic question. And this is about actually spending time in the app and doing your research. So I give you all permission to scroll TikTok every day and call it research, because that's absolutely what it is. And you need to see what is being used. And your FYP will get fully loaded with stuff that you may not be into personally, but you'll be able to see the trending meme, the trending CapCut template, the trending song, and it's about finding out what other people are using. There is an option actually within all the settings of TikTok where you can find all the trends, and the little bit of audio comes with a little, the flame emoji, the little fire emoji, that will have that next to it, and so that it's trending. So when you go into your edit area and the gallery and you go to add audio, you will see one that says trending with a little flame emoji.
Fantastic. Nicola has got a great question here. So Nicola says, do you risk damaging your brand, for example, by copying a dance trend and posting it? She's thinking back to Lizzo when the About Damn Time was going around. I loved that dance, by the way. And she says, if the video contains nothing about your brand and no call to action, does it have any value? Can it damage your brand? What do you think, Emma?
Nicola, amazing question. And this comes double-edged. No, I don't believe it will damage your brand. But yes, it absolutely will have no value. You're absolutely right. If you have taken a trending dance or a lip sync or a song and you've turned it into your own video, but you have no call to action, it's got no end game, and you're not making it relevant to your own business, then that holds no value to you. It might be a really funny video and you might get 1,000 views, but if you're not then getting what it is that you want out of it, engagement, comments, DMs, links in bio, then no, sadly, while it might be really funny and you've jumped on a trend, it won't mean anything. So it's about taking a trend, about using the Lizzo dance, about using it, but making it relevant to your business. So making it, turning it on its head and bringing in your products maybe, or bringing in your members of staff, or having a call to action that makes it relevant to your business.
And that's actually a really good example of what you can do in a mentoring session, because if you want to come and sit down with us and say, I've seen some really cool trends, I love this audio, but I can't figure out how to get my services or my products in, we can sit down and we can do a bit of a brainstorm with you. And it's just nice to kind of sit with someone and have a sounding board and not feel like you're trying to come up with these ideas alone. So we can definitely do that with you. Margaret, so we know Margaret, she's in our community and she is a voiceover actor. And she has said, is it better to have a business or a personal account on TikTok?
Margaret, fantastic question. And again, I would fire a question back to you. Have a think about why you would use TikTok. Is it just to promote you as a voiceover actor? Is it just to promote you and what you do, and you want to raise your own personal brand awareness? Awesome. Then you possibly want a personal account, because then you are highlighting yourself. You have more access to music and audios and things because you're not a business. However, by not having a business account, there are some other things that you don't have access to. So some analytics and some other tools. So it's really about why you would use TikTok and what it is that you want to gain from it. It's, yeah, both come with really good pluses, but also some minuses. So it's just about what you want to achieve by being on TikTok, and then which one would work best for you with all the benefits.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Funnily enough, we have Blanche, who's asked a question, who's another voiceover artist in our community. So lovely to have you both here. Blanche has said, and this is kind of relevant to views and followers, does TikTok dislike it when you delete content? And I love this question because some of the platforms can be a bit tricky, can't they, when you delete stuff?
Yes. Yeah, they don't like it. I wouldn't say they'd go as far as punishing you or anything like that, but they don't like it if you've posted content and they have used it in the algorithm and they've pushed it out and got you some views, some whatever, and then you go and delete it. They don't really like that. So my question to you would be, why are you deleting it? If something has happened and then it is comes under all manner of things that it's now not relevant, sorry, maybe it's quite sensitive, or something has happened and you've had to remove it for that reason, and it possibly could be the only one you ever delete, not a problem. But if you get into the habit of posting and then going, oh God, I look terrible, or I don't sound great, or it just didn't sit right, and then you delete and you get into a habit of deleting, that could potentially hurt your future views and engagement. Yes.
That makes total sense, actually. We have another person in the chat who said, for some reason, if you create a new TikTok account and upload your first video, it always gets lots of views. Is there a reason behind that?
Yes, because you're new and you're shiny, and TikTok love new and shiny new things like magpies. And because you're brand new, they're like, oh my God, a new user, we love you. So they're just going to throw your content in front of everyone. And it's sneaky because you're brand new and because it's your first video, they are drawing you in by showing your video to lots of people, getting you loads of views, likes, comments, engagement, loads of it. So you go, oh my God, I love TikTok. And you make more and you make more and you make more. So it is, everybody does it. Instagram does it. YouTube do it. I wouldn't say Facebook do it, no, but they love new users because you're adding to their user base. You're increasing their numbers. You're a new shiny thing that's making even more content for their platform. So yes, you're always going to get an absolute ton at the very beginning. It's to keep you there.
I've definitely done that. I got so excited when our first video did really well.
Yeah.
They know how to keep you coming back, don't they?
Yeah.
Now we've touched on this a little bit, but we will just go over it again. This person has said, do you need to show your face on TikTok to go viral?
You've said the word. Listen, no is the answer. No, you absolutely do not need to show your face at all. I could show you, and this really needs to be a mentor session if you want to create a lot of content and really don't want to show your face. I could show you hundreds of examples of really amazing creators that make content without being on screen. If you're really uncomfortable with that, or you don't want to, or it's a sensitive nature, you absolutely don't. There's the unboxing, behind the scenes, your voice over the top of something else, single images, videos of just a landscape. It doesn't matter. It's almost unlimited what you can put on TikTok. Now, I will say that with a caveat. They don't like overly political, sensitive, so you can't be racist and homophobic and they don't like any of that. So if you're, as long as you are staying relative and sensitive and it is not all of those things, then you're going to be okay, and you absolutely don't have to have your face on camera.
Yeah. Maybe we can do some content on that, because I know a lot of us are a little bit nervous about putting your face out there and how to do it. So we can definitely do some content around that. That sounds really, really cool. Sure. Courtney has said, and I love this question, what is the best scheduling or planning app for TikTok?
Ooh, now there are many, and TikTok opened up last year. They opened up their API to third parties, so there are lots and lots. But my personal recommendation to you is use TikTok. While you can't schedule content from your mobile app, you can on desktop. So if you are in 2024 and you're creating all your content or capturing it all on your phone, and maybe you're storing it in the cloud, get on your desktop, log into TikTok. You can grab all of your footage from in the cloud maybe, or you've sent it across from your phone in a folder. You can create your TikToks within the desktop, and there is an option to schedule it. So I personally would say, if you want to maximize everything you possibly can out of the app to gain the very most out of them, they're going to love you even more. If you're brand new and you're making new content and you're sharing it within the app and you're using all of their own things, they're just going to love you even more. They're all the green flags that they like. So personally, I would say use TikTok.
Fantastic. I was just checking the chat, and I think we might have just answered a couple of people who were asking whether you can schedule just on the app or if you could do desktop. So we've covered that, which is fantastic. Yep. We have a couple more minutes now. We've got a lot of questions about TikTok Shop in here. Okay. So we will touch on a couple, but maybe we can do another session on this, because this seems like a whole can of worms, this TikTok Shop. Yeah. But we will go to Katrina. So Katrina says, to sell on TikTok, you need to be a registered business. Do you know how to get around this as a sole trader, which I'd not considered before, actually?
Sadly, Katrina, no is the answer, because I too, under the government gateway, I'm a sole trader, so I can't sell on there. Now, I know that this is being looked at, so for individual creators. Now, there is a different way you can do it. Now, I have access, or everyone can have access to this. You can sign up for your own, not like an influencer shop, but it's like if you buy things from TikTok. So if I've bought a tripod or a light box or even a light bulb, I don't even know why I have this handy, but if you buy from within TikTok and you've bought from it, you can then add it to your little shop. So that if I then created my own video and I talked all about how I bought this light bulb and it was 98 pence and it's the best thing ever, you can then link it within your video. So there are ways. Now, I could go through it all with you, and I would need to share my screen and show you exactly the steps. And I think, Alice, it's a whole piece of content or another session. That there is another way to do it. And I absolutely would like to tell you. So Katrina, please reach out to me. Even if you just DM me on TikTok or Instagram, I'm happy to help you.
Thank you. And actually, this is a nice question. We will finish up on this. Carol has just asked in relation to that. As a sole trader, can you still open a business TikTok account?
Yep. Yeah, that's not even that's not even an issue. I have a business TikTok account. I run a lot of business TikTok accounts for other people. Yes, sole traders, SMEs, huge companies. So yeah, that bit's not an issue.
Amazing. Well, I'm going to pop the link in the chat to find out more, because Adam, I don't know what text just came out there. Sorry about that, Adam. But Adam has just said, would you guys consider doing a session on building the confidence to film videos on TikTok? Definitely, if Emma is up for doing something with us, I would love to do that, because yeah, it is a skill, and we can definitely talk about that and setting up your camera, things like that. We can do all of the good stuff with you. But Adam, you asked a question what Digital Boost does. We do free support for businesses and charities. We do masterclasses like this one that you're on today. We do one-to-one mentoring, and we do accelerator programs. So that's why Emma and I are talking about the mentoring as a kind of addition to this masterclass that you're on. It is totally free. A couple of people in the chat are promising you it is totally free, because our mentors like Emma are volunteers, and we are sponsored by corporate partners. So you never have to worry. You will never pay with us. Somebody in the questions is also asking, when is the next session? We have sessions going on throughout the month. We've got Henry, who's on the call today. He's doing a LinkedIn masterclass on the 28th. We've got a fundraising one with Nat West. We've just had a SEO one with Tony, who's super lovely. So let me grab you the link and I'll pop that in the chat, and you can find all of our upcoming events here. But guys, I just want to say a massive, massive thank you for being with us today. It's been an amazing session. Your questions have been fantastic, and it's really lovely, and it's given us lots of ideas to go away and keep creating for you and making sure that we are supporting you. Social media is an absolute beast, but it is so much fun, so we will keep making sure you have the support to grow on these platforms. And Emma, thank you for coming and doing this. I was so excited to do it with you, and as always, you are the queen of social media and you have absolutely killed it. Would you like to say anything before we close out?
No, just mega grateful to Digital Boost for even giving me this platform to be able to talk to so many of you. So humbly grateful to all of you listening to me speak at the speed of light. I can't help myself. I just love social media so much. I can't. Next time I'm going to campaign for Digital Boost to give me more than 20 minutes.
Definitely, that is a promise. I will give you the whole session, Emma. Well, thank you so much. And guys, thank you. And please do come, make the most of us, book the one-to-ones, come to the sessions, book onto the programs. We want to support you as much as we can. But I will send the recording round for you this afternoon. Lots of resources, all the links for mentoring. Any questions, just send me an email. But have a lovely rest of your Thursday, guys, and see you very soon. Bye.